Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. आज हम वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ करेंगे। वेब टेक्नोलॉजी में हम जो है वो क्लास 14 करेंगे। ऑलरेडी हम क्लास 13 कर चुके हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द व्यूअर्स, प्लीज़ go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. As of now हम लोग जो डिस्कस कर चुके हैं वो हम यूनिट 1 कर चुके हैं एंड यूनिट 2 कर चुके हैं, जो कि यूनिट 2 हमने 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था, एज आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट HTML, CSS एंड XML एज वेल। एंड फिर उसके बाद हमने यूनिट 3 किया है, जो कि स्क्रिप्टिंग और आपका नेटवर्किंग है, उसके बेसिस पे है। एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देन अभी हम जो कर रहे हैं वो दैट विल बी आर डूइंग यूनिट 4, दैट इज़ EJB and JDBC. In the EJB and the JDBC here, if I'm talking about EJB and JDBC, जो EJB है वो इंटरप्राइज आपका जावा बीन, वो हम ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं कल के क्लास में, जो कि आपका क्लास 13 था, उसमें हम ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं। एंड और JDBC जो कि आपका है दैट इज़ वी हैड स्टार्टेड विद दैट एंड हमने उसको स्टार्ट कर भी दिया था ना, होपफुली नॉट हाफ बट येस ऑफ कोर्स मोर देन दैट हमने ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर लिया है। इन द रिगार्ड ऑफ इट, इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट एज आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट द इनर क्लासेस, इनर जॉइन लाइट लास्ट क्लास में हमने डिस्कस किया था। अब हम जो डिस्कस करेंगे उसके लिए हमने एक प्रोग्राम किया था, एक जावा प्रोग्राम टू डिस्प्ले द रिकॉर्ड्स रिट्राइव्ड फ्रॉम द मल्टीपल कॉलम्स, वो भी हम लास्ट क्लास में कर चुके हैं। एंड नाउ विल डिस्कस अबाउट द डेटाबेस विद JDBC, जो कि हमने किया था लास्ट क्लास में, जिसमें हमने ड्राइवर मैनेजर के बारे में डिस्कस किया था, कनेक्शंस और स्टेटमेंट के बारे में डिस्कस किया था, और एक स्टेटमेंट का एक एग्जाम्पल भी SQL स्टेटमेंट का लिया था। तो अगर आपने नहीं किया है, देखा है, तो प्लीज़ वहाँ से जाके आप गो थ्रू कर सकते हैं। लास्ट 13 क्लास आपको प्लेलिस्ट से मिल जाएगा। एंड उसके बाद हमने डिस्कस किया था JDBC URL, जो कि आपका ODBC ड्राइवर और MySQL एंड Oracle, ये 3 तरह के जो हमने डिस्कस किया था URLs, वो हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी। And now we'll discuss about the query used for creating a database in the MySQL, and then after that we'll execute query method in the detail that we'll discuss, and the differentiate between the execute query, execute update, and of course the execute method that we'll discuss there. So first of all, it's a huge request to all the viewers, please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel. Your support is very important to us. And now we'll go on through with the point that we have to discuss about it, and now we'll start with that. So here we'll start with the query used, that is query used for creating a database in MySQL. Okay, that we'll discuss here. And in the reference towards it, if I've gone through with that, the database can be created using the SQL query, like if we are using to create the database, so we'll use the SQL query, that is your create database, that is database name. Okay, now for example, we can create the database name by my database as follows, like create database, that is my database. And after that, after creating the database, table can be created within it, and the query used for creating a table that we had done before as well, but I will be just writing before you all that who had not viewed our before channel, but of course पहले की वीडियोस आप देखोगे नहीं तो आगे की वीडियोस ऑब्वियसली बातें नहीं तो क्लियर समझ में आएगी। एंड बट I will be writing that query to create a table, create table, that is table name, start a curly bracket, then another one we have a column, that is name 1, data type, that is size. Now for the further way we will discuss about it. So after that we will discuss about the column name 2, column name 2, data type, that is size. Then after that we have, this is a comma here, Next we'll column name to 3, that is data type, then size. This is comma here, then and so whatever the program would be, and then after that the curly bracket close and then semicolon here. So this is what the representation to create a table, and the column name specifies the name of the column of the table, and the data type specifies the type of a data. The column field has the size, field specifies the size of the column in the table. For example, for that we have here, that is your create table, my table, curly bracket, role int, that is start name, var char, that is variable character 20. So this is how you can create it out. Now we'll discuss about explain the execute query method in the details. So here we'll start with that. Execute query. So we'll discuss that execute query method here. In that, the execute query method is belonging to the java.sql.statement interface of JDBC, and this method is used for a SQL statement which retrieves some data from the database, and for example is a select statement, and in that this method is basically used for the select query, and which fetch some data from the database, and this field returns to the one that java.sql.result set an object which contain the data returned by the query, and this method throws the exception, SQL exception. The general syntax for this we have that we have here is, that is int execute update string SQL. So now we'll discuss about the differences between the query, execute query, execute update, and of course the execute. So you can just write it down. Difference between execute query, execute update, and execute. So we'll discuss one by one. You can just write it on. In the reference towards the execute query here, this method is used to execute the SQL statement in order to retrieve the data from the database. In the terms of execute update here, that is this method is used to execute the SQL statement which are intended to update or modify the database. Now for the one that is your execute here, that is this method can be used to execute any type of the second differences we have for the execute query, you can just write it down. This method returns that is a result set objects in which the result of the query is stored, and for the execute update, this method returns integer value that represent the number of the rows affected by the query. And another one that is execute, this method returns the boolean value. If this value method returns true, then that means that the result set object is returned, and the value false indicates that the query returned an into value or return nothing. Now we'll go ahead with another one, and that what we have to discuss here in the reference, and after that the next difference we have, and the third and the last difference we will talk about. And in the term of the execute query here, that is this method is normally used to execute the select queries only, and for this execute update, this method is used to execute non-select query. That means you can just for that I will be just writing a query here, that is DML as insert, delete, update, or DDL as create drop. Okay, and for the another one, that is the update execute here. Sorry, that is execute here. That is, this method can be used to execute any type of an SQL statement. Now we'll go on through with the another program that will do it. That is write a JDBC program to display the content of the student database. So we'll do that here. Program, it is sorry, JDBC program to display the content of student database. Now we'll import a java.sql, import java.sql .abstract, then public class JDBC demo 3, public static void main, that is a string args, start another curly bracket here. Now we will do another one, that is the connection con. We'll start with that here. With that, that is the connection con equals to null. Then try class dot for name, that is pure sun dot jdbc dot odbc dot jdbc odbc driver, that is con equals to driver manager dot get connection, that is your jdbc dot odbc, that is jdbc odbc here, my database. Then we have another one, now the statement start, that is equals to con dot create statement, and then after that we will start with the strings SQL equals to select abstract from my table, and that is result set rs equals to start dot execute query SQL, that is system dot out dot println, that is displaying the contents of the table, that is while rs dot next, and after that start a curly bracket here, that is int roll number equals to rs dot get int roll, that is a string name equals to rs dot get string stud names, that is a student name, that displays the value. And now we'll start with this displaying value as well, at the system dot out dot print, that is roll number plus roll number. Then after that we will be printing the another one here, that is we have to start with system dot out dot print, that is student name plus name, then close the curly bracket, that is rs dot close that is start dot close con dot close curly bracket, that is catch, that is class not found and then after that class not found here, that is exception e start in the curly bracket, then after that we'll print that is system dot r dot print ln, that is exception plus e dot get message, then another close the curly bracket here, that is catch SQL exception that is system dot r dot print ln, that is exception plus e dot get message, then closing all the curly brackets here. So this is all what we are doing, that write a JDBC program to display the content of the student database, so it will represent that. And after that, if I'm talking about with regard of it with the case of the query sum or right, like explain updating the database data using the JDBC, and for that we have some steps to do that. And for that we have to know that for updating the data in the database, the update query must be executed, and the syntax for the update command, we have update table name, that is your you can just write it down like update table name. Okay, this is a query that you have to be very you have to execute this if you are updating the database. And after that the set column equals to value 1 and column 2 equals to value 2, column n equals to value n, where that is the conditions that we are going to implement. The condition that can be combined using the and or operation here, that is and or operation here that is used. And the steps to update the data in a database are as follows. Like the step 1 we have is to create an instance for the connection class using that is driver dot managers get connection method. And the step 2 is then invoke here, that invoke the create, and as well as then invoke the create statement method in order to create the object for the statement class. And after that the step 3, with the help of the statement the class object, the method execute update will be invoked, and the SQL query for update record that can be passed as a parameter to execute update method. And the general syntax for the execute update is like a public and execute update java.lang.string SQL, and that SQL represents the query string using the insert, delete or update here. In the regard of it, the return value in the integer, which indicates the number of the rows affected that we are dealing with. in the terms of it, if I'm talking about, now we will do a sort of a short program, or we can say that that is related that is to consider a bank table with the attributes, that is your account number, the customer name, balance, and phone addresses, right, or database application which allow the insertion, updation, and a deletion of the record in a bank table, and print a value of all the customers whose balance is greater than 20,000. That what we have to do it. And in the reference towards it, this is a sort of a long program, as I told you about, because this has been referenced towards the bank as well. So now we'll go through with that as well. So here we'll go ahead, that is your to create, I will just write a question here, that is consider bank table with attribute, that is your account number, customer name, balance, phone and address, and that is your addresses, and write a database application which allows insertion, updation, and deletion of records in bank table. Print values of all customers whose balance is greater than 20,000. So for that we'll write a program, but before that I will be telling the steps. Then in 2 steps we have to do that. For the first step, that create a database in a Microsoft Access, and the name of the database in is a bank DB, and the name of the table created is bank table, and the database will be like we are creating all the information that they are asking for. And after that, for that the step 2, we have the Java program for the handling this database for a given operation that can be written as follows. And here we have taken the file name as a test.java. Okay, so we'll take as a file name, that is test.java. Let's start with the program here, and that is import java, import java.sql .abstract public class test, start curly bracket, public static void main string args, start a curly bracket, connection con equals to null, int result set rs equals to null, then statement stat equals to null, that is try, last dot for name, sun.jdbc .odbc .jdbc odbc driver. Then after that, con equals to driver manager, it's not visible, driver manager dot get connection, that we have is your JDBC ODBC bank DB, Then after that, stat equals to con dot create statement. Then we have result equals to start dot execute update insert, that is into the insert into bank table plus we'll continue here. So here we'll go ahead with another one that what we have is your that is plus account number, that is customer name, balance, and then we have after the balance we have phone, address, that is values 55 EEE, then 40,000, that is 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 and 5 here. This is a sort of a number decimal. This is Pune. Then now we'll print it out, that is system dot out dot print ln values inserted in table. Then we have result equals to start dot execute update, that is delete from bank table where account number equals to 33. Now for that we will be having another one, that is your system dot out dot print ln, that is values deleted from table, that is result equals to start dot execute update, that is update bank table set account number equals to 100. Okay, then we have where account number equals to 11. Okay, after this we will be going out to print it out, and that is what is we have as a system dot out dot print ln values updated from table and updated record is as follows. Then for the rs equals to start dot execute query, that is select abstract from bank table where account number equals to 100. Now for that we have a while loop will start with that. while, that is rs dot next, start curly bracket, system dot out dot print ln account number plus rs dot get object, that's to string, that is system dot out dot print ln, that is customer name plus rs dot get object to string, then system dot out dot print ln balance plus rs dot get object 3 to string, and then after that for the system dot out dot print ln, that is phone plus rs dot get object 4 to string, then we have system dot out dot print ln, that is address plus rs dot get object 5th that to string, and then we have those. After this we will start with a curly bracket, that is a closing curly bracket that we had start up here. We'll close that, and after that rs null, rs equals to null, then after that system dot out dot print ln, that is following records having salary greater than 20,000, then rs equals to start dot execute query, that is select abstract from bank table where balance greater than 20,000. Okay, and after that we will be having another printing, that is a system dot out dot print ln, that is account number name balance, while rs dot next curly bracket start if rs null, that is system dot out dot print ln rs dot get object 1 2 a string plus, and after that here we'll go ahead, that is your rs, that is dot get object 2, that is dot to string plus rs dot get object 3 dot to string, then we close that. After that we'll close the two curly bracket that we had start up here, and now we'll go ahead with the further detail in the program, that is to catch class not found exception E, start another curly bracket, system.err, that is dot print ln exception, that is class e dot get message. Then after that close the curly bracket as well, catch SQL exception E, start in the curly bracket, that is system dot er dot print ln exception class e dot get message, start the curly bracket, then finally try, that is if r is equals to null, then start another curly bracket here, that what we have is, and after that I started in the curly bracket, then we have another curly bracket, and then rs dot close, and that is rs equals to null, then closing the curly bracket. Now we'll start with another one to continue here. After that here we will be going to close the curly bracket as I close it, and then if start equals to null, then start another curly bracket, that is start dot close, then start equals to null, then after that closing curly bracket, then we have if con equals to null, then we have start another curly bracket, and we have con dot close, con equals to null, then closing curly bracket, then we have a catch SQL dot exception E, and start curly bracket and closing curly bracket. And after that we'll have to open three curly bracket we had opened and we had closed that. So this is all what we are going to write in a program, and that is a Java program where we had discussed about it, where that a bank table with attributes the account number, customer name, balance, phone and address, and this is a database application that which allows the insertion, updation, deletions and records in the bank table, and print the value of all the customer whose bank balance is greater than 20,000. Now we'll discuss about deep with another one, that is what is the role of the result set interface in the JDBC programming. In that the result set interface is an important interface which is used to access the database table and with a general width and unknown length, and the table rows are retrieved in the sequence using the result set object within a row. Its column value can be accessed in any order, and a result set maintains a cursors pointing to its current row and of a data, and initially the cursor is positioned before the first row, and the next method moves the cursor to the next row, and the result sets object can be created using to execute a query method. For example, when we are creating that, so I'll just writing with that for we have statement equals to connection dot create statement, then we have result sets result equals to statement dot execute query, and then we have another one, that is a select abstract from my table. This is what we had done. Now we'll discuss about that what are get xx method used in the JDBC, and we'll discuss about the methods and as well as the description as well. So first we'll discuss about the get xx, what it is. That is there are various methods using which the data that can be retrieved using the result set object, and this method that can be used with either column and name or with the column index. And few commonly used methods that we have here. So we have serial number, methods, and the description. So here description I will be telling you can just write it down for that. And after that we'll continue here that, and hopefully we will end up with a unit 4 in this class only, and that it will be useful to you as well, so that you can write it down as well. So this is the first method we have as public int get int, that is int index. This in the descriptions here you can write it down, returns the integer value in the current row app specified by the index. For the second method we have as your public int get int string name. Here for the description, that returns the integer value in the current row specified by the column name. Now the third one we will have to discuss, that is your public date get date, that is int index. In this, that return the date value in the current row specified by the index. For the fourth one we have as public date get date string name. So this is returns the date value in the current row specified by the name of the column. And similar to the get int, there are the methods such as get string, get boolean, get byte, get float, get double, and so on. These were the methods that are used. Now we'll discuss about the prepared statement. What was the prepared statement, that what we have to discuss here. And here that show use of the prepared statement objects to run a pre-compiled SQL statement. Also write examples of the Java snippet for the prepared. And for that we will be going to write it down, but before that we have to understood about the prepared statement, what it is all about. And in the case of the prepared statement here, that is the java.sql.prepared statement, that interface, the object represents a pre-compiled SQL statement, and the interface is used to effectively execute the SQL statement multiple times. That is when we want to insert a record in a table by putting the different value at runtime. And this statement is derived from the statement class, and the prepared statement interface that can be created by the calling prepared statement method. And the prepared statement is available in the java.sql.connection interface as well. And in that the prepared statement method takes the SQL statement in the Java format, where we can see that the prepared statement that is inserted into the student values, that is and where each question mark represent the columns index number in the table. And if the table student has a roll number and a name column, then a one that is your first question mark that refers to the roll number, and the second question mark refers to the name as well. Now we'll discuss, we will write a program to insert the student record to the database using the prepared statement. And for that we have to write a program that is to insert the student's name. This is also sort of a long program, but not that much that we had done for the bank one. And of course we'll do that, and starting with this. So we'll just write it down question here only, because that program is too big program to insert student record to database using prepared statement. So now we'll do that. Here we'll start with the import Java. Import Java dot SQL abstract, that is public class JDBC demo 5. Start another curly bracket, that is public static void main string args. Start another curly bracket, that is connection con equals to null. Okay, after that try. Then we have int roll num equals to 2, string name equals to path, that is class dot for name son dot jdbc dot odbc dot jdbc odbc driver con equals to diver manager dot get connection jdbc dot odbc my database. Then here we have prepared statement ps equals to con dot prepared statement, that is insert into my table values comma then that is ps dot set int one, that is roll now dot set string, that is to name, and result equals to ps dot execute update. And then after that we have a result that we have here with regard of it we will be having the another one, that if result equals to 0, that is system dot out dot print ln, that is values inserted in the table, else system dot out dot print ln values are not inserted in the table. Now for the string SQL equals to select, that is your abstract from my table, ps equals to con dot prepare statement SQL, then result set rs equals to ps dot execute query. Then after that we have here after the result here, that is system dot out dot print ln, that is displaying the contents of the table while rs.next start another curly bracket, that is int roll number equals to rs.get int roll. Now we'll start with the string name. Now for that we'll start with the string here, that is after that we have the string name equals to rs.get string, that is a stud name. The things now we will start with the displaying values, and that will display, we have to display it, and that is system.out.print, that is roll number plus roll number here. After that system.out.print ln, that is student name plus name as well. Then after that closing the tab, rs.close, then ps.close, fun.close, close the bracket here, catch class not found exception e, then starting with the curly bracket, that is system.print ln exception plus e.get message, then closing tag, then after that catch SQL exception e, then again start with the curly bracket here, and after that we have here, that is after that the catch here, that is your system dot r dot print ln, that is exception, that is plus e dot get message, then closing all the three curly brackets. That's what we have to close it out here, that we had open even though. Now we'll discuss about the transaction processing here, that is what is the transaction management, and explain the ACID property that I told you about, and also specify the advantages of the transactions method here. So first we understood about the transaction management. The transaction management is used to provide the data integrity. I will just write it down here so that you will get to know what we had learned about it. Transaction management. In the transaction management, that is used to provide the data integrity, correct application semantics, and consistent view of the data during the concurrent access. And the transaction management is described using the ACID property, and the word ACID stands for, now we'll go ahead with the ACID here. With the reference towards the ACID here, that is the atomicity, that is your consistency, isolation, and deferred durability. So here the atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability, the transaction management is described using the ACID property only. With the reference to the atomicity here, that atomicity means either all operation gets successful or none, and in the consistency means that the database must be at a consistent state, For the isolation, that is a property which indicates isolation of one transaction from other, and the durability means that after transaction being committed, it will remain as it will be. Now we'll talk about the advantages of transaction management. There are three advantages we'll talk about. The first we have is the transaction management is used to increase the performance. The second is it helps to maintain the integrity in a business logic. The third is the transaction management is used for the transaction with the distributed objects as well. Now we'll discuss about more detail in about the stored procedure. What is the stored procedure, that what we have to gone through with. Like a stored procedure, that what I explain the concept of the stored procedures in the JDBC, or also mention the use of the callable and callable statement with examples. So we'll discuss about that. The callable statement is used when we want to access the database stored procedure, and the stored procedure is basically a block of a code which identifies the by unique name. Now creating the procedure, we are creating the procedure, that a procedure that can be created using the following syntax. Like we have that is delimiter, like create procedure. This is stored procedure, clear. For the stored procedure, we are creating that is create procedure. Procedure name, parameters list, that is begin, SQL statement to be executed, and then of course end. This is what it will be. And the call procedure, the when calling the stored procedures, the callable statement object is used, and for this object three types of the parameter that we're using in it. The first parameter we have an in. The first parameter we have is in the in here, that is here that the description is the parameter whose value is in unknown, and when the SQL statement is created, then the values that can be associated with the in parameter with it set xxx method, like it will use it set xxx methods here. Now in the second parameter that we have is your out. The first is in, the second we have an out here. This is a parameter whose values is supplied by the SQL statement, and it returns these values are obtained in out parameters, and with the get here, that is here the set xxx, and that is set get xxx method. The third one we have is in and out, both. In out, that a parameter that supplies input as well as an accepts output, and parameters requires a call to appropriate a set xx method here. And you can create an instance of the callable statement by calling the prepare call and method in a connection object as well. And for that there are the two steps to create it down, and for that I just for that sake we will be telling about the callable statement. Like of the first is you're to creating the procedures list, student, and here that you are creating the procedure list for the student, and the second statement is step you can say that to create the JDBC code for the calling the procedure, and for that you are doing like public static void main, and that is together connection con, that is equals to null try, and that creating a driver for the MySQL that we had done before as well. You can create it down callable statement cs equals to con, जैसे con कनेक्शन में con यूज़ करते थे, तो वैसे ही select result cs dot execute query हम करेंगे. And after that now we'll discuss about the short answer questions with the answers, and what is Java Bean. And in the Java Bean, the Java Bean are the programming components which are written in the Java, and these components can be embedded in the scripting language like JSP. Now the second question they can ask you is what is the use of the jar files, as I discuss about it, that jar means that the Java archive file, and when we create a Java bean, then that bean must be packaged within the jar file. And basically the jar file is a kind of a file in which the set of the classes and related resources are deployed together. The third question we have is what does the properties of the Java bean represent, and the properties of represent that the state of the components, the behavior of the component that can be changed by changing its property. The next is your what is EJB, and as I told you in the starting, EJB stands for the Enterprise Java Bean, and that is J2EE application container contains the component that can be used using by the client for the executing the business logic, and these components are known as enterprise Java Bean as well. The second is the what is Java Bean API. The Java Bean API provides a set of the interfaces on the classes which are defined in the Java.Bean. And what is JDBC? The JDBC stands for, as I told you about, that Java database connectivity, and the JDBC is a Java API which is used to connect and execute the query to the database. The next is specify the purpose of java.xql package that we had discussed even though, and for that sake it is that the java.xql package we have, there are two packages, the two purposes as well. That the first is that helps the client to store the retrieve the data to the database, and the second is that help to allow to the client to the update database as well. Now list the four types of the JDBC drivers. The type 1 we have is JDBC ODBC bridge. The second type is the native API drivers, and third is the network protocol driver, and the fourth is native protocol driver that we had discussed, and we had discussed about the figures that the architecture of all the four here as well. Now the another question they can ask you, which type of a driver provides JDBC access via one or more ODBC driver. So then you will be, your answer will be the type 1 here, that is your JDBC ODBC bridge as well. Now write a simple SQL statement to display all the data in a table, that is select abstract from table name, and analyze the type of JDBC statement, that is a prepared statement, callable statement that we had discussed even though today is class only. And after that they can ask you what is the differences between the statement and the prepared statement. In the case of the statement, the query is compiled each time, while in the case of the prepared statement, query is compiled only once, and hence prepared statement is efficient than the statement here. And the next question they can ask you, can we execute the stored procedures and functions? Yes, using the callable statement interface we can execute the stored procedures and function. How can we store and retrieve the image from the database? So by using the prepared statement interface we can store and retrieve the image as well. And another question is, unless the steps to connect the database. The first step is to register the driver class. The second step is to creating the connection. The third is to creating the statement. The fourth is to executing the queries, and the fifth is to closing the connection. So register and the driver classes, creating the connection, creating statements, executing queries, and closing connection as well. The another one that we have is your the writer statement for loading and registering the JDBC and ODBC's driver, that is class for name, that is sun, that is your dot JDBC dot ODBC dot JDBC ODBC driver. Write a statement for creating a connection to the database name by the MyDA database that I had told you about it. That is your that con equals to driver manager dot get connection JDBC and ODBC by database user name, and that in password. So that what we had discussed even though. And after that we will be discussing the another one, that is what is the use of the JDBC driver manager class. The driver manager class manages the registered drivers. And what does the JDBC results set interface? The result set objects represent a row of the table, and it can be used to change the cursor pointer and get the information from the database. And after that how to know information that about the column in the result set object. So here with regard of it, that when the getter method is called with a string and more than one column has the same alias and or a name as a string, that the value of the first matching column is returned, and these getter message get string and get int and so on. This will be calling out. So here we had end up with unit 4 as well, and in the next coming class we will start with the another one as well. This is the next unit, that is your unit 5, that is servlets and JSP. So उसको भी हम दो पार्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे, servlet part 1 servlet करके और JSP the second part as well. And in this as I told you in till this class we had discussed about unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and now in the next coming class we'll start discussing about unit 5 here. And for the unit 1, the introduction and web development strategies, history of the web and the internet, protocol governing web, writing the web projects, connecting to the internet, introduction to the internet services and the tools, introduction to the client server computing, core Java, that is your introduction, operators, data type, variables, array method and classes, inheritance, packets and interface, exception handling, multi-threaded programming, input output Java applet, string handling, event handling, introduction to AWT controls, layout managers, that we had discussed in the unit 1 here. In the unit 2 we had discussed about the web page designing, that is your HTML, list, table, images, frames, forms, CSS, document type definition, XML, DTD, XML schemas, objects model, presenting and using the XML, using XML processors, DOM and SAC, and dynamic HTML. Then in the unit 3rd we had divided into two, that is scripting and networking. In the scripting part we had discussed about the JavaScript introduction, documents, form, statement, function, object, introduction to Ajax. Then in networking we had discussed about internet addressing, init address, factory method, instance method, TCP and IP socket, URL connection, TCP IP server socket and datagram. Then in unit 4 जो कि आज की हमने क्लास में ख़त्म कर दिया है, in that we had divided into two, that is EJB, that is Enterprise Java Bean, and second is the JDBC, that is Java Database Connectivity. Enterprise Java Bean में हमने preparing a class to be a Java Bean, creating a Java Bean properties, types of beans, stateful session bean, stateless session bean, entity bean, that we had discussed. JDBC में जो कि Java Database Connectivity, merging data from the two multiple tables, joining, manipulating the database with JDBC, prepared a statement, transaction, processing, stored a procedure as well, that we had end up with this class as well. In the next coming class we'll start discussing about the unit 5, that is the servlets and Java server page. And the servlets we have to discuss about servlet overview and architecture, interface servlet and the servlet life cycles, handling HTTP GET requests, handling HTTP POST requests, redirecting the request to the other resources, session tracking, cookies, session tracking with the HTTP request as session as well. And the Java server page we have to discuss about introduction, Java server page overview of first Java, that server and page example and implicit object, scripting, standard actions, directions, custom, that is directives, custom tag, library set, what we have to cover up in the next coming class. So first of all, it's a huge request to all the viewers, please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also utilize that. And even though these videos were important in reference toward the web technology as well as in terms of the programming, you can go through with the subscribe button and you can please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you, thanks for subscribing all those subscribers, those who had subscribed our channel before, and thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.